Hey guys, what's up? It's Scarecrow Kaiser. So I'm here today to do a deck profile on my Bladewing deck post set 11. It's pretty cool that Dark Irregulars finally gets its chance to be in the Spotlight NBA Tier 1 deck. It's a very, very good deck and very fun. Um, Dark Irregulars is very fun to play. So for starters, running God, this guy's name is crazy. I'm just going to call him the Bat Guy for sake of this. This guy is very good in the sense that he gets you 3 cards into the soul because you soul charge 2 and then himself move the soul and he draws a card to replace him. When you go into your first stride, that's the main reason we use him. The first stride is where you put a huge offense on your opponent, and the more cards that you put into your soul during that turn, the better. So he's a very good card for that, considering he gets you 3 cards netted, and he draws a card, so very good. We're also playing for Enigmatic Assassin. This card is amazing. It jumps out of the soul as a 20k attacker during your battle phase when you start declaring attacks. So you can just keep calling them and keep doing attacks. Very, very good card. For triggers, we got 4 Succubus and 1 Knight for 5 crits. 4 Hysteric Shirley for 4 draw. The draws help a lot in this deck, and she can help you get your darkness going with her skill. Then I'm playing 3 Cats. Cat is very helpful. It unflips damage, which is the most helpful part of it. So as replacing itself and going back to the soul and getting a soul charge, it's just very good. I'm not playing 4 because I haven't felt like a need to play more of it, and I'd rather have more crits. So yeah. And then last, we're playing 4 heals. A heal with an effect, I should say, because why not have an effect? For our grade 1s, we got our 4 Dimension Creepers, a very big part of this deck. You Soul Blast them and Soul Charge 2, so he builds up your soul and combos well with your first stride Demagogue. Then we're playing 4 Jaegers. This thing is really good, one of the best cards to come out of the set for this clan. He's so good. When you soul charge him, you can just counterblast and draw. So when you soul charge him, he's a +1. You can also do things like, I'll have him out on rear guard early game, and then when I ride my Solven, I'll choose this guy and move 3 of them to the soul, and then I'm like counterblast 3, draw 3. Very good card. So as you can fetch him back out of the soul without losing any number of cards in the soul. And he counts as stride fodder when you have at least 2 cards of darkness in a soul, which is pretty much always. So really good card. Other than that, I'm also playing 3 Succubus of Pure Love for 7 stride fodder in total. I've ran other grade 1s like more Doreen and stuff, and I just didn't find it necessary. And this deck is a low grade 3 count, so I increased my number of stride fire to make up for the difference, and it works really fine. And then my last grade 1 spot, I'm playing 2 Succubus of Avarice, the Perfect Guard. I'm only playing 2 of it because this deck has such high defense. By increasing its shield values, you don't need Perfect Guards as much as you do in other decks, and this Perfect Guard can be recycled. This deck recycles its drop zone back into its deck. And even when this card gets soul charged, you can retire a grade 1 or less and pull it out of the soul, so you can trade like a draw trigger for it. So it's recycled, and this deck has high defense already, so you don't need perfect guards as much, and it works fine. At 2, I don't regret playing this view at all. For grade 2s, I'm playing 4 Bladewing, grade 2 guy. When you call him, you soul charge, or you can use him like a Dimension Creeper, so very good card. 4 of the best grade 2 in the clan, Flying Librarian. She lets you soul charge 2, unflip, and draw. So she's basically a free soul charge 2 draw. She's really good. And my last grade 2 spot, I'm playing 3 of this new card, Succubus. She's darkness, so you can't use her until you've already soul charged at least once, which is really the only downside to her. But once you got it, you call her, you counterblast, you soul charge, and then you unflip, so it's basically for free, and you draw and then discard 1. So she gets you a net of +1 into the soul, and lets you draw discard. So she lets you customize your hand. She's really good. I like her a lot. At least as far as like grade 2 options go, I found her to be the best so far. And for grade 3s, playing 4 Sullivan, the boss card of the deck. He makes this deck so good. Like his skill of if you have at least 15 soul, everything gets +10 shield is amazing. Your draw triggers are 15 shields. Your 10 shields are 20 shields. Your grade 3s are even 10 shields. This card is amazing. And for the last spot in the main deck and our last grade 3, play 1 Charlotte. He's a really good rear guard. And if you can't ride Sullivan, he's the next best thing to ride. So that's why he's there. So that's it for the main deck. Into the G zone. Playing 1 Demagogue, usually your first stride. This guy is really strong. You can almost like OTK your opponent on first stride with him. So he says for every card that's gone into the soul this turn, your front row gets +1 for each one. So let's say after we use our Dimension Creepers, the Bladewing grade 2, the starter, let's say we've got like 7 cards. That means for the whole battle phase, everything that's in the front is getting +7. So you can swing with rear guard, that's at +7. Swing with other rear guard, call out enigmatic assassins. Everything's being pumped, so you can get lots of attacks off, and they'll all be beefed up. So very strong card. Next, I'm playing 3 Tybalt. I used to run 4, but I'll cut it down to 3 because I don't feel like I need it as much. If you're going into 4, that's a really long game anyways. So, but this card is really good. One of the most important G units in the deck. When you stride them, you put your drop zone back in your deck, and you can soul charge 5. So it builds up your soul, recycles your drop zone back into your deck. So when you're being attacked, you're soul blasting your triggers because you know on your next turn you're gonna ride stride into him. Put all those triggers from the drop zone back in the deck. Very good card. Next, I'm playing 4. God, I hate saying this card's name. Bledermouth. I think that's how you say it, or something like that. This card is so strong. Initially, when I got the set 11 stuff, I thought I was only going to play 2 of them because I thought I needed room for other stuff. And I would stride them, and usually the 1 was good enough, but there was a lot of times where I was like, man, I really wish I had a second copy to stride into, so I worked it out and made the room. This card is really strong. He's actually better the smaller your deck is. Like, if you can plan it well, you can make it so before you go into your battle phase, you got only 1 card left in your deck. Then you swing with him, take 2 triggers in your hand, put them in the soul for the cost. Then you take all those triggers in your soul and put them back in your deck. And then you're like, guess what? Trigger, 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 restand, swing, get a trigger. Your turn, you didn't die. Okay, no guard, damage check, trigger. Very, very good card. And by cutting down 1 Tybalt, I lost some of my ability to recycle my deck, but having another set of him also lets me rebuild my deck, so I like it a lot. Next I'm playing 2 Gildeраys, just 2. We don't stride him very often. He's just kind of for certain situations, like if you're playing Link Joker or something like that, he's a very good card. If you know your opponent's hand and you know they don't have G guards, you can go into this guy, swing big with a crit, and kill them. Then I'm playing 1 Charlotte. he's just there for versatility and for certain matchups. Like against Link Joker, you can just like board wipe them, as well as you can use him to take enigmatic assassins you'd used previously, put them back in the soul set. You can use them again later. So he's a very good like tech choice. Just a one though. And then for my G guards, playing 2 Agrat, very good in the sense that when you're on Sylvan, she'll basically be a 30 shield. So if your opponent's attacking for just 26 with their Vanguard and you drop this, it's a 3 to pass. And because she does the soul charge too, you end up keeping the same number of cards in your soul with your Sylvan after you do the soul blast. So very good. That's why I'm playing 2. Next, playing one of this new G guard, who is really, really cool. He's a counterblast, which is a little difficult sometimes because his deck does counterblast a lot. But he gives himself +5 and gives the Vanguard +5 for the whole turn. And especially when we're talking about Sullivan here, Sullivan being +5 and then having his skill active, pumping up all your shields, that's really hard to break through. This is a very good card. I kind of want to play more, but I don't think that would really work out. There's too much counterblasting going on. So then I play 1 Vincent, the Super G guard. I've considered playing 2 of them sometimes, but for now I'm just doing the 1, and it's worked out pretty fine just now. Other than him, I'm also playing 1 Saint Germain. I don't use him often, but certain matchups that are rare, he can be perfect. They don't come up often, but when they do, I'll be happy he's there. But I have considered switching him out for another Vincent. So that is it for this deck profile. Thank you guys for watching. Have a good day.